Sometimes many people say that Bangladeshi patients don't need to go to India because there is enough infrastructure here in Bangladesh, and also Bangladeshi doctors are quite capable. They are partially true, but you see that it's not about capability; it's about goodwill. Although goodwill may mean reputation, but I say this in the sense that intention. Bangladeshi doctors, most of them, maybe many of them, if not most of them, have goodwill or good intention, but not all of them. And you never know which doctor you fall prey upon to. Suppose a doctor who is good looks on the outside, but you don't know if you are first timer to them. I mean to that doctor, him or her. You don't know how she or he behaves and how he or she is going to treat you. And if she decides to treat you bad, then it could have lifelong impact. On your lifelong. Take this for my example. At that time, back in 2014, there were a few LASIK centers. One was OSB, Mirpur 2, another was at Gulshan 2. But I chose OSB. I went there. So they forgot to, either forgot or they did not intentionally mention the information that during the 1 minute operational procedure, I had to constantly look at the red laser light. Okay, but they said it once almost 30 seconds was passed. Yes, I was not the first patient, the third one, but no matter what my serial number was, it was their duty, their responsibility to tell me that this is the one rule I had to abide by, otherwise the operation would not be successful. So at that time, instead of letting me know about the info, they were discussing. Surgeon Roxana Riaz was discussing with her colleagues about the daily life goods expenses that were soaring or rising to unprecedented level. This is not something you should be discussing in the operation theater. You should be focusing on what you are doing. But instead of telling me the rule, they were chose to this sort of gossip. Definitely, Dr. Roxana Riaz and other doctors, they had the capability, but they did not have the goodwill. They were neglectful. They were more focused on luxury. See, doctors who were earning like multiple lakhs, maybe a few lakhs every month, they shouldn't, and that too, back in 2014, they shouldn't have any difficulty in leading their life, right? Yes, no matter what your financial position is, there will always be people who are at better position and who are at lower position. But a surgeon who earns uh, a few lakhs taka every month, they shouldn't face any problem to lead their life. They can do it with quite luxury. They shouldn't focus on these things like how expenses are growing, especially in the operation theater. I want to believe that most of the doctors are good, they have good intentions or goodwill, but definitely there are at least a handful of doctors here in Bangladesh who actually are not object oriented. They want to focus on trivial things instead of the patient's betterment. So you never know whether you are going to fall prey upon to such a psychopath. That's why it's best for many people, for many patients here in Bangladesh to go to India or any other professional country like Thailand and even could be London for better treatment. So maybe in Bangladesh they can get the treatment for cheaper, but they will spend a little more money to get the correct treatment from India. Because when they go to India, the Indian people they have a completely different mindset. Okay, they are object oriented and they are patriotic towards India. They may not be patriotic towards Bangladesh. Uh, they may look at Bangladesh as a small country, a weak neighbor, but the patients they will be taken good care of by them because Indian doctors have uh, definitely a better, much more better mindset than Bangladeshi counterparts. Now, some of you may be mentioning that you had a bad experience in India. Could be maybe you fall victim to a tout for 20%. That means a deceiver or a cheater who doesn't actually have a MBBS degree or medical certificate degree. Maybe you wanted to save a little money, so you fall victim to such a doctor. But if you make inquiry before you go to India, you will come to know which doctors and which medical institutes are capable of giving you good treatment. If you go to them, you are sure to have a nice treatment. Okay, if your condition is like that, you are sure to die, like both your kidneys have failed or any other severe condition, then possibly no doctor or no medical hospital can save you from that. But at least the Indian people, the Indian doctors and hospitals, they will definitely uh, take a better care of you before you live or die. Okay, but here in Bangladesh, there many mishaps could happen. Like they could be stealing your good kidney and leave your bad kidney as it is. There have been incidents like this. Yeah, in India it could happen. Like I said, if you fall victim to a tout or a deceiver, this could happen. But if you make good inquiry before you choose to go to India or maybe any other country like Thailand or London, you will have the right treatment. If you are recoverable, you will recover. Okay, so that's why sometimes the health minister or some education minister or government high officials they will pretend like they are all patriotic and will claim that in Bangladesh the health infrastructure is quite good and patients here they don't need to cross the border, but this is not always true. They are when they are sick they will definitely go to Thailand or London, even America, to for the treatment. But when they are about to give a speech they pretend to be very patriotic. Okay, and actually this case is not only does apply for the doctors, it also applies to in general people. There's a whole difference between the Bangladeshi mindset and the Indian mindset. Indian people they are patriotic towards India. Most definitely, a person from Tamil Nadu they will think that they will try to better Tamil Nadu at first. After that, they will consider the rest of the states or provinces. Okay, but in Bangladesh, I guess there have been so many divisions. Like people from this region think that region only is the country, and they treat the other people from other districts and regions, at with bad intention, with a negative attitude. So this shouldn't be the case. And then not only that, they also even speak ill of others in front of them directly, no hiding. This is not good. This such if someone if just because you are from a particular district or region, If someone speaks ill of you in front of others, speaks ill of you, even in your presence with others, that means what sort of nasty mentality they do contain, and definitely they will cause you harm if they get a chance. But in case of India, it's not the case. A person from Tamil Nadu and another person from West Bengal, if they meet in person somewhere, they will know that I'm from Tamil Nadu, I'm from one province, and that guy is from another province. So he is not exactly native to me, but we are from the same big country, which is called India. So they have more or less sympathy towards each other. They have attitude of cooperation. If both of them are doctors or engineers or other professionals, they will not speak ill of each other in their presence in front of other people. They will not. But in Bangladesh, many times this is the case. So this is the whole difference between Bangladeshi mindset and Indian mindset. That's why India is progressing. They are making missiles, ICBM, which can which can cross like 5,000 kilometers or 6,000 kilometers. But in Bangladesh, we simply copycat. Some people take models from YouTube or other internet resources, and they build the same item, same model, like an aeroplane or maybe a moving car, and that thing becomes the news. But the news presenter, they do not mention or they do not realize that it was simply a copycat. The model was taken from YouTube or somewhere else on the internet, and it was simply rebuilt. Even take Mahmoud Hassan Shohag, the co-founder of Udbhash or Anurakum Group. He built the electronic voting machine, right? I don't think it was the first time. I guess he took the sample, a prototype from the internet, and he simply rebuilt it. That's why nobody in the country has, didn't fail to use this machine. Rather, the Hasina government imported them from India. Okay, so thank you guys for your time. What I wanted to say that my point or theme of this video is that there is a whole lot of difference between Bangladeshi mindset and Indian mindset. We may be despising them, we may be hating them, but we should be trying to be like them. We should be treating our countrymen, if maybe from different districts, as our own countrymen. Okay, we should be feeling that we are from the same country, maybe from different districts, but we should not contain like negative attitude towards others. I live in Rupganj here, Narayanganj, and people from Narayanganj or Rupganj who are originally from here. I am from Chandpur, another district, but they treat me and they see me as an alien, like I'm from outside of Bangladesh. This shouldn't be the case. If they see me like that, okay, so naturally after living here for quite a long time, I should grow the same attitude towards them. But this shouldn't be actually an appropriate approach or way of looking at our own countrymen.